What you guys are about to learn are 3 rules that high value men never break, and the sooner that you start following them, the sooner that your life could change forever. Every guy out there is always asking himself one simple question, and it's, what is the secret? When a typical guy who hasn't had much luck with girls sees another guy who has, oftentimes he's going to think to himself, what is that guy's secret? When we see other men who are far more successful than ourselves in pretty much anything in life, we often ask ourselves, what does he know that I don't know? And when you finally discover the secret, either by yourself or from somebody telling it to you, everything begins to change. Number 1, value your attention. Whether you guys realize it or not, our world actually runs on attention, and you could argue that attention is the most valuable currency out there in a world where everyone is always on their phones and a billion different people are constantly competing for that person's attention. Many guys have sent me emails asking me why this girl in their school spends so much time flirting with him, yet she never actually takes it any further than that. Guys have asked me, why do girls even bother to flirt with them if they never really liked them to begin with? Something you guys have to understand is that both girls and guys love attention, but you could argue that girls love it even more than men. This is why you have girls who will flirt with you a little bit or say things in a vague, ambiguous way to make you think that they like you, even if they never did and never will like you. It's sort of like casting a line out into the ocean and catching a fish just for the sake of catching it. You knew from the very start that you weren't actually going to keep the fish, yet you still cast a line out into the water just to see if you could do it. Oftentimes, girls do the same thing with men, meaning they will act like they like you just to see how easy it would be to seduce you. Many of your stereotypical players or men do this also, but when men do it, 9 times out of 10, they are doing it because they actually do want to pull in their catch. Whereas when girls do it, it might just come down to one thing, and that is attention. As men, we have a limited amount of attention each day, and if we want to be successful, we have to make sure that we are directing that attention to the things that will get us the best results. Pretty much most girls rarely ever give their attention away freely because they understand what it is worth to your average guy. Or put simply, they understand that their attention has great value. Men all over the world these days are constantly fighting to get attention from girls, and more often than not, many men do not value their own attention. Most men will freely give away their attention to girls who might not even like them, and in doing so, they end up looking like every other man who has nothing going on, or every other man who is desperate to get attention. Every time a girl casts out a line into the ocean, she'll catch on average 15 fish, but when a guy casts out a line, he might be lucky to catch only 1 or 2 fish. And the reason for this is because girls on average tend to value their attention more, and they are far more selective in terms of what type of man they give their attention to. Attention is the most valuable currency that we have, so rather than being like every other guy who has nothing going on, it is better to direct your attention towards your purpose, your goals, and to things that will improve your life, rather than constantly giving it away freely to females. Number 2, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. If we look at any Hollywood movie where there's a masculine, super attractive, incredibly slick character, the thing that these men all have in common is purpose. Once a respected Spartan warrior, Kratos accidentally slayed his entire family due to the trickery of Ares, the god of war. And from this moment, Kratos sets out on a mission to destroy Ares and to avenge his family. And without this super important purpose, there would pretty much be no point to the game. Sure, slaying monsters is fun and all, but in the beginning of the game, when you see what happens to his family, you feel like you were the one who lost to your family. And then you suddenly feel like it's your purpose to help Kratos find and defeat Ares and to avenge his family. Girls will always try to move us away from our purpose because they want to make sure that we are not making them our purpose. Because there's nothing less attractive to a girl than a man who makes the girl his entire purpose in life. We men feel fulfilled, not when we are sitting around doing nothing, but when we are chasing our purpose or our goals or our passion. Right now, your purpose might be to get some money coming in, and once you do that, it might be to get some more money coming in. And then later, you might find that your purpose has nothing to do with money. But whatever it is, the purpose of life is to have a purpose and to help others. And when you're focused on your purpose, you're not chasing girls and you're not giving your attention away freely, and this is what makes a man so incredibly attractive. This is how high-value men behave. Sure, it probably helped that Bond is good looking, but at the end of the day, girls are attracted to Bond not because he drives a super slick Aston Martin, but because he has a purpose, which in most cases is one that is as exciting as saving the entire world from nuclear destruction. But your purpose doesn't have to be that crazy for other people to respect it. Now, I know you guys have heard this one before, but it's so important that it is worth repeating. Don't chase girls, chase your purpose. Number 3, there's always more. The main thing that sets alphas apart from men who don't enjoy as many options is simply their mindset or how they view things. Imagine if a girl showed interest in you, how would you react? In this situation, most guys are going to jump on this opportunity because they truly believe that they might never find a girl who will show interest in them again. Think about that last sentence. The difference between a man who women chase and a man who chases women is that the man who chases women views things from the mindset of scarcity or of not having enough. Men who women perceive to be incredibly valuable tend to be pickier, not just when it comes to females, but when it comes to friends, business deals, and many other things in life. Because they know at the end of the day that they can always get more, and that there are other options out there. One of the most powerful things that a man can do is to truly believe that there is always more. There's always more money, always more females to choose from, better friends to have. A man who operates from a scarcity mindset is the same dude who, after casting his line out in the ocean, is going to settle for anything that he can get. When you believe that you are stranded on an island, you are going to take anything that you can get, and this level of desperation will show through your behavior. When you're searching for a new car to buy, there's always going to be other options and better deals to be had. There are literally billions of females in the world, so why not be selective in the ones that you choose? Once you realize that there are other options out there, you don't have to be desperate, and it's precisely this way of thinking that flips the script and it will make you come off as a more attractive, higher value man. Most girls out there almost never settle for the first fish that bites the line, so why should you? The things that have totally changed my life in almost every case were simply a matter of perspective, or a simple change in how I looked at things. At the core of every man is a set of beliefs, and it's these beliefs that shape the way that we view the world. The guys who succeed where everybody else has failed don't always have some massive physical advantage that the other guys didn't have. Most of the time, they simply had a different belief or a different way of viewing things. Imagine if Kratos never believed that he could actually find and destroy Ares. If he didn't believe this, he would have never even tried. Most high-value men don't have massive physical or material advantages over other men, but what they do have is something far more powerful and far more significant, and it's a different way of looking at things. What it comes down to is their beliefs or their way of looking at things. The main difference between whether or not a girl views a guy as having high value or having low value is simply a matter of how she perceives him. And the way that a girl perceives a man is dependent upon his behavior, and a man's behavior is dependent upon his beliefs about himself and the different ways that he views the world. So once you are able to make some simple changes to the way that you view the world, you'll find that not just girls, but other people in general will begin to view you as a far more valuable person. And as soon as I started following these simple rules, it changed my perspective, and with a change in perspective came a change in results. So if you want to be viewed as more valuable, and if you want to feel more valuable, follow these 3 rules of high value men. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.